Welcome back to Kenshi. My name is Tobal, and we're all still recovering from my poor decision-making last couple episodes. So, one of the many episodes where I've made poor decisions. That's okay, though. I don't know how. Honest to goodness, with all of that red that was flashing on screen, I still don't know how we didn't have someone die. So I'm counting my lucky stars and thanking the great beep in the beyond for protecting us. But there's no time to dawdle. We have a raid incoming. It is a scrawny raid, though, so I don't think we're going to have too much trouble with it. But remember that I have given an order a while ago to mess around with the layout of our walls. So we have a little bit of a change in the walls. So that means they're going to come right on in. So we're going to wind up having to do a full-on melee here. By the way, I did give Beep an order to head over to the trading city that we've been trading with every so often that has the really advanced gear. What was it called? My mouse would calm down for a second. Black Desert City, that's right. So he has a couple of those Leviathan pearls on him, so he can make a little bit of money from the sale. And hopefully with that, we will be able to buy a replacement leg for good old Tanishi, because, yeah, he's he's just crawling around, being Tanishi. I wonder if we can you stick the wrong leg on someone? I'm sure you can't. We have a lot of different limbs. Can I just, like, shove this? Okay, good. Fair enough. That makes sense. We also could use a replacement arm for Tobal. Remember, he's had this crappy arm, I think, since episode 1, so, you know, it's really grown on him. And I don't know if I want to take it away yet, but if we're out shopping and we find something, then maybe we'll get him a bit of an upgrade. So, this raid is on the way. Where's it going to? It's going to our main city, right? It is. Okay. So this raid will come through. I think for the most part, everyone is relatively recovered. Hamut accidentally took a crossbow to the face earlier and went down in a heap, so he's recovering. I am going to have our good old archer squad come outside of the base and kind of set up a firing line. Oh, no. Guys. Oh, guys. I forgot what I did. No, everything is horrible. Oh, no. So, let me remind you of what bad decisions I've made lately. I recently went into the settings and upped the size of the raid. Oh, no. Oh, why? Why can't... This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, man. You know, it's not that bad. I'm sure this is fine. Our only nice thing... You know what? There's a lot of them. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. Okay. Oh, man. Let's try to get some order here. We're going to have to pull everyone in on this, by the way. All right, first off, all of our animals, let's bring them out here. I'm not going to use a single turret guard because there's no way we can guarantee that friendly fire will not happen in this situation. I'm not going to pull them at all. I will bring all of the unyielding except for Boop and Tanishi. We'll bring them outside. Sorry, Beep and Tanishi. Our archers are already outside. For the moment, I'm going to keep everyone else doing what they're doing until we get a feel for how much we're slaughtering the enemy here. But... all right, let's get in position here and start ranged attacking our good friends here. Oh, come on. I know you can hit them from like 13,000 feet away. Screw that particular guy right there. There we go. Hark starts the bloodbath. All right, let's bring our animals over to intercept. Oh my god, there's so many, and we're so slow right now. Okay, everyone go at their fastest speed. They're all they're gonna swarm into base. This is gonna be the hottest mess you've ever seen. They are dropping like flies, though, which is exciting. All right, main squad, head over here as well. I mean, just jump into it, guys. There's really there's nothing we're gonna be able to do in terms of keeping this clean. It's just gonna be a huge hot mess. I think we've got this, though, just because we're doing, you know, one of our hits is going to hit 3 of them and knock them down, I hope. But, yeah, let's get... I'm going to save, and just in case we wind up having a crash due to the sheer amount of enemies here. That's more red than I would have liked to see. It's okay, though. I see a lot more green. They are kind of coming after our archers. Oh my god, there's so many after the archers. Not the greatest situation here. Let's loop them back around. And we'll actually have our archers come back into the melee. And we'll just get stuck in here. Alright, so everyone else in base is coming to help out. Excuse me. We've got all of our builders coming as well. I'm okay with that. They wound up triggering the Guru. So we've got a bit of a Guru problem too. Hamut is sleeping. I think he's down. Merlin is down with a pretty bad leg injury. Let's get our brains out here. Let's get Klob and Stayerfast out of the fight. Hold. No, passive and block. You guys come out of the fight. None of our main squad is down. Merlin was the only other one down. That's, for the amount of enemies we have, I'm okay with this. Klob, you were right in the middle of this entire kerfluffle. You have Bebop in your hands. Why don't you go ahead and put that down? We're gonna... Oh, if we trigger... This Guru pack is not going to be pleasant for us. Okay, why don't you grab Merlin? I want you to pick... Someone's picked him up already. Who has Merlin in their hands? One of these freaking bastards. Where you at, Diana? Diana, save Merlin. Go. Your one mission, should you choose to accept it, is to kill this particular guy right here. Get him, Green. Alright. So, Bloodbath achieved. That's excellent. Let's get Klob onto... Where'd he go? Klob onto Merlin. Are you okay now? No, you need attention. You need medical attention. It's really nice of you to stand up and be so brave, Merlin, but yeah. Let's have you get some first aid. You don't have a med kit. Did you wind up turning them all in? Son of a gun. Okay, there we go. Steyerfast has one at least. And whoever this is working on him. Well, that was a bit more aggression than we normally see, so that was exciting. Where are you guys going? Oh, just one of them left? Okay. Extra creaks and wrinkles, but heck, something. Okay, cool. Animals down. Keely's down. Not terrible. He should get fixed up eventually. Rocksteady and Bebop are both down. Is anyone... Now, what you want to be careful about is basically the bleeding out damage. Beep, did you make it all the way down here, Beep, already? No, you're stuck again, of course, because pathing is awesome. Alright, we're going to give Beep that order to follow up. I'm going to go through all of our members here. Really, I'm looking for the damage that you might miss, and then somebody bleeds out. Because, you know, in this type of a fight, Tanishi, you need to just... Yeah, you are. Okay, you're in the base. That's fine. Why don't you just hold passive for a bit? The problem, though, that I would see is that these little buggers are going to be getting up for the next, like, hour. And just, you know, constantly coming up, triggering the entire group. You know, having them run away. Let's bring the animals right to the center. Hopefully, if anyone tries to get up, they'll get punched down again. And I'm also going to have Klob come over and grab some medical stuff. At some point, if you don't mind. Okay, and archer-wise, archers are okay. Hamut's been healed. Merlin, of course, was crippled, but he's been healed since then. Cobra Kai, we really don't need you fighting anyone. You don't need to prove yourself. You already, you're the hero already, providing us with the armament and arms that we need. And I think Dadu and Crotty both have the robotics job, so they should be able to heal themselves. They do, I believe, if I remember right, they do have a kit. And of course, we've got a bunch of, you know, critters coming in to visit us. Okay, Klob, can you get some medical kits and not drop them off? Could you just be okay with that? Alright, let's see what he does when he winds up going over here. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Alright, well, that went a lot better than I thought it did. However, excuse me, that was probably the weakest raid we will ever see. So, we need to be a little careful about... Oh my god, the blood! Oh, the blood! We really need to be careful about bigger raids, and so hopefully we can rush these walls soon, get the walls finished up, and then we really need to actually work on our defenses, because if that was the size of a scrawny raid... Now remember, I think I've got this set to three times the normal raid event size, so it's gonna hurt a lot. We want to make sure we've got those defenses in place, the multi-barrel defenses, and we will be using this two-tiered approach, this two-wall approach here for sure. Oh, that went okay. That went okay. It wasn't the greatest. Oh, hey, if we upgrade our 2 ore drills, they go fully automatic now. That's awesome. That's going to free up 2 separate workers from our bronze squad. So we're going to have 3 free workers relatively soon. Excellent. Let's see. Who is our researcher? Shouldn't you be doing the research? Operating bench. Oh, there's still people to probably medic right now. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Why don't you... I'm going to prioritize some technology over the... technology over healing for the moment, because I think Collab should be able to handle any more medical issues. So we'll keep that as a priority for the moment. I think I'm going to have... Let's just grab 3 people and have them bring the animals in here. Merlin, you can just walk in. Let's check on Beep. He still has his move order now, so that's good. All right, everyone else, then come on back inside with your burdens, and of course you couldn't pick them up for some reason. Truth, justice, somebody. There we go, Shrike. Okay, Shrike can pick them up. You know what I've forgotten about? I forgot that we have Doc in our main squad. I completely forgot that, you know, we have like a full-time medic in our squad, in our unyielding squad at that. So that's nice to see. Oh, that's slightly nerve-wracking. So, hopefully, soonish, we can get this hybrid stone mine going and then upgrade it to the fully automated mine. That's going to help us out a ton. We finally got the other iron refinery up, so we should be getting a bigger stockpile of iron plates soon, which would speed up steel production, which would speed up crafting. So everything is kind of related, of course. Everything is leaning on each other. How many falling suns have you made at this point? Quite a few, actually. That's good. I will probably wind up going and skipping a bit in this episode, skipping forward and, you know, until Beep gets over to where he's going to, and then also until hopefully we get these walls up. Boy, did we get lucky there. Yeah. I wonder if I should give some folks the job for corpse burning while we have it. You guys are all engineers. I'll tell you what, if you don't have anything to engineer, why don't you do corpse disposal for a bit? That's fine. We'll give them that job. We'll take them off hold. Make sure they all have the job turned on. Okay, so they're going to be trying to clean up some of these corpses. Now, we have a ton of these River Raptor corpses around in our base right now. Those should be getting taken care of. Our archers do not have the ranged order on, so they should not be shooting anyone in the back. That's great. By the way, what happened to our fabric production? What's going on with that? Because I feel like... Oh, you know what? I think I added these 2 new farms and never did add them to Hilo and Starbuck. Let me try to add both. Okay, one of them was missing, so we'll add that to all 3. I added that a while ago, and I kind of forgot about it. So, and didn't we want to say we want to upgrade all these farms to large? Oh, they are all large. Good. So we're fine there. How are we doing on food? Tons of food. Wonderful. What about flour? Where's all of our wheat straw going to? Oh, we have a ton of straw flour because no one's ever hauling stuff to the bread barn. Are you stuck? All right, Dietrich's got stuck a while ago, it looks like. I probably have missed that ages ago. So somebody can pick him up and rescue him. Stuck in the kitchen. What a way to die. Let me see how hungry he is. Oh, he hasn't been stuck too long. There you go. Wait, where'd all your bread go? Oh, you picked it up in your inventory? Oh, you're making food cubes again. Okay, wonderful. So, I think I will go ahead and skip things forward just a bit until we've got something exciting to happen. Oh, hey, before I do, we finally finished this other wind turbine. So it's generating 50 power now, even though it's working at a 50% output. So that's pretty decent. We could wind up upgrading more of those if we ever need to, but I think really this is probably the extent of our base. I mean, there's not a whole lot more we need to build other than a bunch of defenses. And to be fair, that might and will increase our power consumption a bit. So we'll deal with that when we get there. Otherwise, let me go ahead and clean up some animal controls and orders, but we'll be back pretty soon. Alright, so where are we? Let's grab... we really need a lot of... God, did I name something Sharknado? Really? Let's grab Sharknado. Oh, you've got a ton of building supplies. Hang on a minute. How many of you are there that have a crap ton of items that I've forgotten at some point? Just you, apparently. Well, I'm glad I clicked on you then. Let's take Sharknado. We need to drop him off over at the building materials area, because we're completely out of building materials at the moment, and we really need some more, because we wound up putting down the hybrid stone mine too, which requires 40 some odd building materials. So let's dump this, and I want to wind up getting Moodles or Thendu, whichever one of you has a Bakapaka. That's Moodles. Let's have Moodles come over here and grab as many or as much of the building material supply as he can. Try to dump as much of that into... There we go, he grabbed it real quick. Let's just do another run. I'm trying to grab as much building materials as possible so he can finish this hybrid stone mine, which should help us out in the long run, and then we might even have enough building materials to finish all the walls. Either way, though, we can grab, let's say, Tiny over here, Tiny 2. Send Tiny over to where Flick and Mew are, because there's even more building materials that I forgot I left over in this, this little copper camp. I left it over there back in the day because we were trying to get that little site spun up. So, unfortunately, Beep hasn't really gone too far. He wound up getting, like, running in circles as he is wont to do sometimes. So, either way, he's finally across the ridge line. That gives him a little bit of trouble every so often. Hey, technology-wise, we have nothing left under the core research. So, I think there's a blueprint for advanced outpost construction, but at this point, I mean, I never think that we're going to build it. I'm not really... I suppose we could if we wanted, like, a little base to, you know, fight from or something like that, but we still do have your outpost down south that we could just, resettle real quick temporarily if we ever need to. What does it look like in terms of outpost 4? Large, spacious, and tough. So it needs copper alloy plates and building materials, but it just kind of hangs out. Like, I don't know, I've not really seen a whole ton of it. In theory, it looks like it's supposed to kind of stick out of the mountain. Maybe that's where you're supposed to build it, against a mountain, and then maybe that's where you have a better, I don't know, a better building, or a taller building, if you will, that looks more like an outpost. Okay, let's open the door. Holy crap, we've got a bunch of Gru that got stuck somewhere along the way. Hello, friends. Oh yeah, I forgot about all the copper we've been having here. So let's take as much of the building material supply as we can. We'll send that on home. Somewhere over here. Let's also grab... let's see, who's awake? We'll grab Rocksteady, and I'll grab another load of copper. I think we still have a ton of copper over here. Yeah, we do. So we shouldn't run out of copper anymore at this point. We've got plenty of copper to work with. This thing is almost finished up. Moodles, do you still have all that? Yeah, you do. You still have all the building materials. They have to... The way they build, I mean, by now I'm sure we've talked about it, but they dump all the materials in. Then they have to bring the condition level up to the number of building materials, whatever that happens to be. So it was just 22 building materials. So then he had to bring the condition level up to it. Then he was able to put everything else into it. Why aren't you... Oh, you got engineer first, so probably a lot of you wind up are carrying bodies around. I'll clean this up, more than likely offline. Clean up meaning I'll kind of mess the jobs, not mess them up, but I'll turn them back to the way they used to be, so that our turret guards will be turret guards. By the way, we do need to keep someone working on... Oh, good, someone actually is working on the copper alloy bench. I was a little bit worried that was going to fall to the wayside, but it looks like Felix is on the job. Hey, what about armor, by the way? Where are we with armor? We have 6 sets, 5, well 6 if you count Jackson already wearing some. What is Kai up to these days then? If he's not making armor. Operating copper alloy bench. When did I have him do... Oh, that's Felix. I'm sorry, wrong person. Okay, so Kai should be doing that. Maybe he just has He's probably out of fabric, I'm guessing. What do we need for this? Fabric, chain. So we must have made all the blackened chainmail we needed. Is that true? I feel like we gave him an order to make a ton of blackened chainmail. I don't actually see any blackened chainmail finished. People don't randomly grab that, right? They're not going to just pick it up because it's... No, we've got a bunch of people with different shirts there. Okay. Who did you piss off, Beep? Let's see. Is it a bunch of Holy Nation people? Hey, it is! Wonderful! You've pissed off the entire camp. Wonderful. I'm glad he... I kind of forgot that that place has turrets and bolts and stuff, so we got to be a little careful. But Beep is the win, so no worries. So he's going to go right on down into this area. We'll get him inside Black Desert City. I'll put him just outside the city limits so that he doesn't trigger any shop guards. I don't know if there are shop guards in that town. Like, if they... I don't think they sleep, right? So they wouldn't really need to close down their shop. Why aren't you making bread? I want you to always make the bread. How's that? Does that sound good? Always focus on the bread. There we go. We have a ton of flour just sitting there doing nothing, so that should be a priority. What else are we short on? We're short on fabrics. I think they're getting pulled. As soon as they're coming out, they're basically getting pulled into something else. Probably a mix of both. There's heavy armor. Yeah, that needs it. The weapon needs it. And the chain armor needs it too. So pretty much everything at this point uses fabrics. Kai, can you just steal the fabric you're not using? And maybe use it for... Yeah, you can. Good. The samurai armor that we have here. Cool. So that's taken care of. We have our first hybrid mine going. So I'm going to go ahead and dismantle the old stone mine and put down the new hybrid mine. So we can have 2 hybrid mines now. And from here on out, we should have no more issues. Honestly, though, do we even need 2? I don't think we do. Let's just keep it like this. Because we wind up having... Let's see, you don't actually need to use this anymore, so you just wind up doing this. Drag stuff directly to the building. Material storage will actually dismantle the old stone processor. Are you working? Right, you are producing. Yep, it is. So it's actually producing completed building materials. So let's destroy the stone processor. We'll actually tear down the raw stone storage because we no longer need that. Alright, perfect. We still have a bit of construction to do. Who was over here? Sharknado, did you have all of the... No, Tiny did. Tiny can drop off all of the building materials that he has. And that way, that by itself should be more than enough to finish off the walls. But let's jump over to Rocksteady. He can pick up the copper that he still needs to get. Bueno, and it's perfect. Tell you what, let's just abandon the copper. I'm sure it's gonna look gross, but it's okay. We'll survive with a little bit of littering. Normally we don't appreciate that in Hope Valley, but, you know, sometimes we do what we must. Alright, so we'll send Rocksteady over towards the copper. One day I'll remember to dump that off as well. Our walls are coming up. We also need to start putting down the really, really fancy turrets at some point, relatively soon. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and give the order to craft... Oh, we must have already built these a while ago. I forgot we even built these. Hey, there we go. Sidneil's stuck, by the way. Can someone come grab him? Oh, you both actually just jumped out of there. Wonderful. So, we've got 1, 2, 3... Oh, only a couple of these have been built. The multi-barrel harpoon turrets. But that's more than none, so that's nice to see. I think I'm also going to destroy the double barrels on top of the base. Alright. And I'm going to put down 4 or so on each tower. Multi-barrel harpoon turret. Yes? Yes. Okay. Bring this all the way up top. I'm thinking this should basically cover all the entrances. This one I'm going to actually have kind of spread around. We'll have a little bit more on this one. I think this one will also be able to shoot in this little gap as well. Honestly, I mean, I think they only work on one at a time, so why don't we just go ahead and load them up. We'll just, we'll fill the whole walls on the inner side first, and then we'll work on our exterior wall once all the inner walls have been built. It's going to need a lot of steel bars, a lot of copper alloy plates, a lot of electrical components. How are we doing on electricals? That has been something I've not checked on in a hot minute, and probably, yeah, we need to get somebody else back on the job. However, we should have some openings in the Bronze Squad, right? Because, let's see, Run is working on just hauling building materials to and fro. We have plenty, honestly. Why don't we just have one person doing all the, yeah, let's do this. Let's Rin, stop what you're doing. Terra and Phoenix, all just come here and hang out. So Rin, I want you to work pretty much everything. I mean, she really shouldn't have to worry. And what I'm saying, I guess I'm trying to say is she shouldn't have to, you know, run out of time, because it's really just a matter of loading these things up as much as possible. It's already got 4 iron in it. We have a stockpile of iron. Yeah, they're going to be just fine. Maybe I'll give her an order here to haul to the shed if needs be. Yeah, one person can run pretty much now everything in our entire industry. Wow, that's a lot. You remember, we started out, we wound up having like, what, like 9 people just dedicated to the production of, you know, iron plates, of, before we really started jumping into steel, we wound up having, you know, building materials, iron plates, everything like that. Who is on steel duty? You're on, of course, weapon bench, and then arrows. You're doing armor. Dietrich is doing food. Felix is doing copper alloys and arrows. Okay. You 3 are doing that. Okay, so let's put... oh, Hobbs, for some reason, is doing that. Let's take him off it. I think we just happen to have an opening there, and we were using him. But now that we've got people that are free, let's go ahead and put... Well, honestly, again, we still can probably do all of this with one person. Let's kill all the hauling jobs and give her the steel. So she should be doing the gambit here. Is that the right one? The gamut? I don't know. Does she ever actually get the steel, though? That would be my concern, is that she's constantly doing everything else, and she doesn't ever get over to the steel refineries, because there's always, like, iron that needs to be dropped off here. These are full. She drops that off here. Yeah, I don't think she ever actually has the time to get over to the steel storage, or steel production. I could wind up... Nah, let's just share the duties, then. We'll just give Rin the same kind of job, just in reverse. Oop, wrong one. Let's start with steel, and then we'll do iron, and then we'll do something like this. Okay, so everyone's sharing some of those duties. Well, Run and Rin are. Terra... Oh, Rin, hey, by the way. Left leg, damn it, okay. So, we still can't steal her leg and give it to Tanishi. Oh well. We'll have to wait that extra minute until Beep gets over here, which should be close-ish. I don't know why he stopped running. He got stuck somewhere along the way. Off you go, sir. Figure out your pathing. Figure it out. We're looking pretty good, I think, to start moving towards going into Dead Cat. But I don't want to move out into Dead Cat until all of our walls are completely up. So I think we're doing better, though. I think between episodes, I'll go ahead and adjust some more of those jobs. We'll make sure that somebody... Actually, why don't we just give Terra the order to work on electricals? Which one is that? Right here? Plate beating, copper alloy. There it is. Electrical workshop, the last one I picked. I will need copper, but we should have no problems with copper now. I'll do that off screen. Kai's working on armor. We're still really short on fabrics, unfortunately. So that's kind of annoying. Maybe we have to dump down a little bit more. We could wind up putting copper down. Does copper grow faster than hemp? I don't think so. I think it actually was slower in this particular area, too. I'll test that out offline as well. But otherwise, I think this is a good point to stop. We've been a little bit of base building this episode and recovering a bit. But I think overall we're doing pretty good. And, oh, we haven't had acid rain here in forever. I think, like, the first day we were here, we had some acid rain, and we're like, oh no, we need to get all these protections in place, and then it never rained again for a long time. But next episode, I believe I'd like to take our Archer Squad and the Unyielding, once Beep gets home, with a brand new leg for Tanishi, I'd like to take them out to Dead Cat to start cleaning up the filth. And dang it if he's not bugged out on his pathing. But I'll take care of this offline. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of The Love Boat, Kenshi style. I do hope to see you again next episode, but until then, please take care. You'll be safe here, says a whisper from behind you. Welcome to Night Vale. I feel like the dogs are currently cheating at the moment. Watch this. Are they like... What is up with stairs? How do they work? Honestly. Is that what's... You know how we've been... we've been... Sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't be so amused by simple things in life, but I really am. We've been seeing that every so often, like animals and people like sprinting down doors or sprinting out of doors. And I've never been able to see it repeated until now. I don't know what's going on with the stairs in this game, but they're spitting our people out like bullets, so, you know, right on.